What's up, guys? We're getting ready to start a no-death run of Life Force for the NES. For those of you who have never played Life Force is a spin-off game in the Gradius series. As you can see right here, you take control of the ship and you fly around gunning down aliens and various other enemies. As you gun down the enemies, you'll collect these red power-ups. Collecting a red power-up causes the meter in the lower left to advance by 1 space, and you can power up your ship like that. They give you quite a few of these red power-ups here at the start of the first stage. If you manage to collect them all, I'd recommend putting up a force field, getting an option, and putting at least 1 power-up into speed. If you are at the very last space in the meter and you grab another red icon, it'll automatically start you back at the very beginning of the meter, so keep that in mind. This game has some notable differences from normal Gradius games, like for instance, the view changes on each stage. Like right now you're looking at it from a side view, so I'm going to be moving mostly up and down. But in the next stage it'll be top view. You'll be looking at the top of the ship and I'll be moving mostly left and right. So that's pretty interesting. Another difference between normal Gradius games and Life Force is you don't get to pick from like different ship styles, nor do you get to customize your ship. You're just kind of stuck with a preset ship from the get-go, which is alright. You also don't get 2 types of gun upgrades in this game. Most Gradius games will give you a double and a laser, but in this game you get ripple and laser. Ripple gets wider as it goes across the screen, so it's more accurate, but laser is more powerful and it follows your ship as you move. So yeah, both are useful in their own ways. Another big difference is whenever you die in Life Force, you don't start back at a checkpoint or at the beginning of the stage. Instead, you just fly right back in wherever you died. And if you have any options whenever you die, they'll start drifting towards the left side of the screen, or the lower side of the screen, depending on what the view is. And if you manage to grab the options before they go off the screen, you'll get them back after you've died. So that's also pretty useful, but of course you won't be seeing that here in the no death run. Made it past all the bugles back there trying to smash our ship. Get ready to move forward here so that your ship doesn't get crushed by all that. You gotta plow through all this stuff. As you're plowing through it, a boulder or whatever they are, those things might get in your way. If they do, don't worry. Chances are you'll be able to destroy them before anything happens. They don't do anything, they just get in the way. So the only way how they could destroy your ship is if you ran into them. Now, after you get out of this little area and you're done plowing through all that, move forward to avoid some tricky maneuvering, and you can also avoid the small enemies at the top and bottom. Most of the smaller enemies don't pose any kind of threat at all, but some of the bigger enemies you may have to find a weak point in order to destroy them. Usually it's obviously indicated, like a miscolored part of their body or something like that. As you plow your way through this stuff, don't move back at all because it'll start respawning behind you, and obviously if you move back you'll be destroyed. You may have noticed that I've already given my ship missiles, and I had a chance to choose missiles again. That's because even though you can give your ship weaponry, you can continue to level up that weaponry. Like if I would have selected missiles again, it would have made them faster. Stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. We are getting ready to come up to the boss. The boss of this stage is this giant brain that has 2 claws on both sides of it, and 1 eye on the front of it. The claws will constantly be homing in on you, and its weak point is the eye. I'd recommend having put at least 1 power up into speed. You'll want at least a little bit of speed for this boss so that you can lure the claws to a corner and then fly around the giant brain real quickly. So yeah, wait for the claws to come out, lure them into one of the corners, and then whenever he reveals his eye, quickly fly to the front of the brain and then just unload on it. So yeah, let's lure the claws up here. Wait for the eye. Okay, we're going to have to make another circle around real quick. Alright, just wait for the claws to come up here. And go. And there we go. Well, that is it for part 1.